All right, we're back. It's another episode of the Red Sox podcast that we can't say the name Red Sox. We don't know what the name is. We got the full roster in the house coming off the first series victory of the season against the Detroit Tigers. Some people on this podcast predicted a sweep. Those people are fucking idiots. Some people, the smartest people on this podcast, said 2 out of 3. And it was 2 out of 3. I thought it was going to be a 1-1 split. I didn't think we were playing a baseball game today. But we did play a baseball game today. A game in which the Boston Red Sox won, kind of. I mean, the fact that they needed 9 runs in Hansel Robles, by the way, to face the franchise to save this game, don't love that. But I don't know if I want to start. With the series finale. I don't know if I want to start there. I kind of want to start in the beginning. First of all, this is going to be a test. First of all, how are we doing? How are we doing, guys?
Pretty good.
Pete was the first. Okay. All right. So we're kind of going for like who's going to have like the assertiveness to when a general vagueness is presented, who's going to be the first to kind of jump in there. And it's Pete. You know what? I like that about you, Pete.
All right. I'm happy to be that guy.
You're doing great. You're doing great, Pete. Say, hey, kid.
Happy to be here.
Shout out to DraftKings. We're doing the same game parlays. Motherfucking Julio. By the way, why can someone please explain to me why a walk is not a total base? Like Major League Baseball, Baseball Reference, sports books, fantasy baseball. We've all just universally decided that a total base is a walk does not count as a total base. And I never cared about this before we started doing these picks. But now that we're doing these motherfucking picks, Julio, what did I have? 2+ bases, 2+ total bases for Julio. Kike to get a hit and Red Sox money line.
Can you answer this for me? If you reach on an error, does that count as total base?
No.
So it's like literally only hits?
Yeah, I guess. How many bags you had on a hit? Like the fact that a walk is not a total base is fucking asinine. Does not make any sense because Julio walked 3 times and had a hit. So he had 4 fucking total bases, but he only gets credit for 1. And the parlay was that he needed 2+. And then Kike to get a hit. He had a fucking homer. And Red Sox money line. Like that fucking cashing checks out here.
Yeah, that kind of seems like bullshit.
Seems like a walk is as good of a hit.
Yeah.
You reach base without recording an out, that should count as a total base.
Yeah. Like you act, unless I could understand an intentional walk not counting as a total base.
Still
but
think
if you
count it.
Walk, yeah, I wouldn't even complain if an intentional walk counted as a total base. But if you walk, you earn the fucking walk. You did something for that. Pat, how do you care about this?
Do I care about this?
You care about it?
Are you talking about the podcast or
yeah,
just like
you
this
care
discussion?
about anything?
I care about this only because
I don't even think your fucking mic is on. So that's a real tough start to say that you care when I don't think your mic is on, Pat.
It's on, Jared. I don't know what to tell you.
Tap it.
It's on.
Yeah, okay.
It's
all
on.
right.
Respect. Son of a bitch, Jared.
Apologize, Jared.
No, absolutely not. It doesn't sound like it's on, so that's
okay.
Poor mic quality. Anyways, continue.
Well, this mic is from a company that we don't particularly care for, so I
that's
can understand
true.
that.
Okay.
No, I don't care.
Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
The thing is, here's what I'm at. I'm not a gambler, but I don't gamble all that much. I do a little casino work, but
you gamble your integrity every weekend.
Moving on from that. Yeah, no, I'm upset that guys, people took your little picks. I'm upset they didn't win their money.
Your little picks. So
little
demeaning.
Take your little
picks and shove them up your ass, Jared.
Jared, do you see how serious some people have been taking them in your mentions? Like, I see people getting legit angry and upset about these picks.
Yeah, there's definitely some people. The people that have gotten the angriest, I've noticed none of them follow me on Twitter.
Yeah.
So it's I would say like the people that are like a fan of the show or like whatever, the Twitter account, like they're like, yeah, like I'll ride with you because, you know, we want to have similar experiences. Like when you lose, I lose. When we win, we all win. Yeah. And then there's people that are like, how the fuck didn't you correctly predict the future, you fucking asshole? It's like, all right, I understand. You know, you want to win your bets. I would love to as well. I would love to be in on that. But that's why I'm starting with blaming Major League Baseball for not recognizing a walk as a total base. It starts there. Because, you know, I'm a big excuse maker. When I don't win, what do? You make excuses. So
deflect blame.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at right now. Is that parlay from the series finale against Detroit that hits if statistics make sense.
You're kind of spot on with your like evaluation of the gambling market though, because like that's been my exact experience with NHL stuff. Whenever I do that, is that like it's the people who are only there for the gambling. Like you're right, the people who want to ride with you for like the experience, they'll be like, fuck, you lost me some money, whatever. And then it's the people who are like betting the mortgage who are like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Full mental breakdowns. Like you see the pain, like you're concerned.
Yeah. I wish it were easier. I wish you could. I mean, baseball has got to be one of the most difficult sports to gamble on. It's a very unpredictable game where, you know, like the Pittsburgh Pirates could light up someone like Garrett Cole. Like that happened. And if it did happen, it wouldn't be front page news. It wouldn't be like, holy shit. It'd be like, oh damn, tough night for Cole. It's just a different sport. It's a very unpredictable sport. But see, the thing is, I did predict it correctly for this game, and I was jobbed by Major League Baseball for not recognizing walks as total bases. Anyways, Red Sox take 2 out of 3 in the series. I want to start with the series opener and the Javy Báez home run off of Ryan Brasier, because there was 2 sides of the fence here. So, Pat, the Red Sox lost the first game of the series, and it was because Javy Báez hit a home run off of Ryan Brasier.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it was on a fastball up and out of the zone. So some people were saying, because my whole stance was, I mean, the Red Sox offense isn't doing dick. They scored 1 run. Okay, they scored 1 run. How can you really blame Ryan Brasier when your offense scores you 1 run? You're not going to win many ball games when you only score 1 run. Fair. Mm-hmm. I think fans were upset because Ryan Brasier's fastball was like 92, 93. We're used to seeing 95, 96. And you have to know the guy at the plate, know the hitter. Javy Báez is a guy that can get to that pitch. It doesn't matter if it's up and out of the zone. He'll take daddy hacks on pitches, or specifically fastballs that are a little up and out of the zone. He's able to barrel those, and he did. He hit the shit out of that ball. 2-run home run, and Tigers win the game. So I don't know. I mean, I still kind of put more. You don't even really need to blame. It's 1 fucking game. They end up winning the series, but at the time, it didn't look great. It's like, oh, great. You fucking, here we go again, losing baseball games. But losing that series opener, I'll start with Tyler. Where did you place more blame? Was it on the Red Sox offense, or was it on a guy like Brasier giving up the homer, even though people were acting like he threw it right down the cock?
It was definitely the offense. I think you can hold Ryan Brasier accountable. Like we said that exact thing on this podcast. I'm pretty sure we talked about Ryan Brasier's velocity being down. And we know when things clicked finally again in 2020, the velocity bounced back at the very end of the year. 2021 obviously misses a majority of the year with injuries. The velocity was still back up, and you saw him pitch well. When he didn't pitch well in 2019, the velocity wasn't there. The velocity isn't there right now, and that's just the reality for him. If he keeps looking the way he does, he's going to be on that crunch come May 1st. But at that point, the offense hadn't showed up at all. We had been talking about it, at that point on Twitter and everything. We were just waiting for the explosion. Well, finally, yesterday, the explosion happens, continues into today. But yeah, at that point, you have to put the blame on the offense, especially considering the bullpen before today had been great overall.
Bullpen has been great. Wasn't great today. Pete. Did you watch the game today? Did you go to the game in Detroit? Are you in Detroit right now?
Did not. I'm famously very dry right now, so I was not at the game today in Detroit. Sorry, still at 0 on the season. I don't know. I don't think you have to pick sides here for that season opener because obviously not going to win many games, scoring 1 run, 4 hits against the fucking Tigers. It's infuriating. But I also think that you can put blame on the bullpen when Ryan Brasier is throwing fucking like low 90s, not even just low 90s, but 3 fastballs basically in the same exact location in a row against Báez.
Báez was on every single one of them.
So it's like, what the fuck are we doing here? I don't think you need to pick sides. So both sucked.
Yeah, I don't think you need to pick sides either. Pat, did you watch any of the games?
Yeah, actually I did. And I actually saw the Javy Báez home run. As a pitcher, if a guy goes up and gets stuff, he does it. It is what it is at that point. You're going to take the good with the bad with Javy Báez. He's swinging at everything. It's not a good fastball, but it's also not a fastball that's dick down the middle. So I'm not that upset about it. You blame the offense, in my opinion. You can't. This bullpen is not a veteran bullpen in the sense that they have a bunch of studs back there. So you're going to put them in 1-run ball games. They're going to mess up. You don't want them this. You don't want to put more pressure on them. The offense should be taking it off them, and they're putting more on them, which we certainly do not want back there.
Did you read swings?
Yeah. I wasn't so much like where the bat path was and things like that, but I knew, for example, I always give the same example. If I threw 100, if I threw 98 in on you and you turned around on it, like Gary Sanchez turned around that fastball a couple times on me in AAA, I knew you weren't covering the outside part of the plate. You can't be covering both. So, if you turn that around, I pretty much have a free fastball away because you're not looking for that. You're only looking for the ball in. So there are certain instances where I can see things. I don't remember the pitches prior to the home run for Javy, but Vasquez called that ball up. He wanted it way and up, but he ended up throwing it in. But again, I tip my hat when people do that stuff. I don't really necessarily give too much credit or too much blame on Brasier for that. He's just, people love to hate that guy.
Would you be, I guess if you were in Brazier's position, you just threw 2 fastballs up and he was on them. And then Vasquez, a guy like Vasquez, he's been in the league since 2014, I want to say. He's been in the league for 2014. Great defensive catcher. He's a bulldog back there.
Longest tenured Red Sox.
Yeah. Because Jackie Lefton came back. If he calls for that pitch a third time, having somewhat of a relationship with Christian Vasquez, are you comfortable saying like, no, like we shouldn't go there for a third consecutive pitch? Or are you just like, if that's where he wants it, that's where he wants it?
It's how long has Brasier been in the league? 4 years now? 3 years?
I think he came up in 18?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm shaking. I can't recall off the top of my head how good Brazier's breaking ball is. I don't remember any of his stuff being particularly amazing. But Javy chases everything and he hunts fastballs. So if he's on 2, you got away with 2 already. I'm not testing it for a third time. I'm probably throwing 3 consecutive pitches in the dirt. I don't remember what the count was. But I'm throwing a lot in the dirt here because Javy's going to chase it. He's just hunting for that fastball. So I probably shake if I'm in Brazier's shoes. If I'm a rookie, it's me, and against the Angels all over again, I'm throwing my dog shit slider that Vasquez called 73 times because it's Christian Vasquez. I don't shake Christian as a guy who's been up there for 2 minutes. Although it was by far my worst pitch. And then I gave 7 home runs and ended up working on podcasts with you. So, no, I if I'm there, I'm shaking. Yes. And I feel very comfortable doing so.
Okay. All right. I don't want to spend too much time on the loss. It is what it is. It was one pitch. I obviously was in the camp of, it was up and out of the zone. I'm much more upset if it was a missed location and it's middle and to a free swinging, sitting on a fastball Javy Báez, then yeah, I'm like, well, what the fuck was that? But like Pat said, you got to tip your cap. It was up and out of the zone. You got the barrel on it. It is what it is. In the middle game, though, I was getting shit from people saying that I was too negative. People were saying I was too negative. Me, of all people. When the Red Sox went down 3-0, all I tweeted was, this season sucks. At the time, it did. At the time, I wasn't having a lot of fun. Who the fuck at that point was having any fun? Not me. Jake, were you having fun at that point? Red Sox are losing 3-0?
Not at all.
No. Pete, were you smiling at that point?
Zero fun, sir.
Yeah, I didn't think you were. Tyler, you were probably on the air at that point, yes?
I was sobbing at work while people
You
were laughing at me.
At work in front of people. That's how upsetting it was that you were so upset that you cried man tears in front of other grown men.
Cried hard.
And I just say, hey, the season sucks and I'm the bad guy. No. Won't stand for it. Won't do for me. But you know what the Red Sox did, Pete?
They rallied.
They did rally. They did. They went out there. Kike was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna check in. I think I'm gonna do something this season. RBI double. Now you're down 2. Davers knocks in a run. Then you have the fucking luckiest piece of shit, non-birthday wishing piece of shit in the world. Julio Daniel Martinez doubles down the line. Wasn't even fucking close. But you know what? You got to respect it. Hey, thanks for everything that you've done for the city of Detroit. That's a fair ball here. That's a fair ball. You're a Detroit legend, Julio. We're going to give it to you.
Assist to the most powerful fucking sun that has ever existed, because you could not see dick on any of those replays that they showed, because the sun was just absolutely shining through the camera lens like you could not believe.
Yeah. It's crazy. Actually, like, did you see the at-bat that JD had against Erod? And it was a perfect strike on the corner, low and away. And the umpire's just like, ball. Not even close. It was even Eddie was just like, where the fuck did that miss? That must be weird. Like, I know, like, Pat, did you ever like face someone that you hung out with often?
No, not in. I mean, through my baseball career, yes, but not in Major League Baseball. No.
What about in the minors?
Yeah, I'm sure it happened. Because you play, it ends up being a very small community, because you come up in college together, then you're in Cape leagues and stuff like that, which brings everyone together, and then you're in minor league baseball, and people get traded. Like you end up doing it more than you think, especially as the funnel gets narrower up the top.
Yeah, I mean, like they like work out together in the off season.
Yeah.
JD and Eddie down in Miami, fucking. Eddie, Mr. Two, what is it? What's the area code of Miami?
305.
Yeah. He thinks he's Mr. 305.
That belongs to one and only one person.
Is that Pitbull?
That's right.
Yeah.
Don't you forget it.
Well, Eddie's right there. He got a new number at the end of last season, and it's kind of like when a girl gets engaged and they post on their Instagram is the engagement ring, and they'll be like, look at my nails, just got my nails done, and it's just like a zoomed in picture of their engagement ring. That's what Eddie was basically doing with his new phone number with the 305 area code. He wanted people to know that he was the new Mr. 305, which, by the way, I think we are allowed to say his name. I don't know. So I was talking to Coley during the game, and we were both baffled at how much, I guess, Eddie hate there is. There was a lot of, like, where the fuck did that come from? Like, he had it. I guess he had his injuries while he was here, but he wasn't Jacoby Ellsbury. Like, Eddie was still a very serviceable major league pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. And yeah, he left in free agency, but I don't know. Like, I have no bitterness or animosity whatsoever towards Eduardo Rodriguez for going to the Detroit Tigers. He wasn't a guy that irritated me when he was here. Like, I enjoyed watching him pitch. it worked out. You traded Andrew Miller for this guy, and you ended up with what, fucking like 7-8 years of a very much above average major league left-handed pitcher. I was very surprised to see what the reaction was today to Eduardo Rodriguez. I don't know what it was that triggered people. The fact that he got lit up a little bit. The fact that people just saw him. People were like making fun of his earrings. I was like, what are we doing?
I'll be honest, those earrings look pretty dope.
Right?
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a good look for him. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I think we've talked about it. We touched on it the first couple of episodes. I think it left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth that like he left so quickly. And I think it probably doesn't help that the Red Sox could certainly use him in this rotation right now. I think there's a little bitterness in that direction, but like overall in the grand scheme of things, it's not like he's spit in your face.
No. And I'm trying not to read into this too much. The
Kike thing?
So Kike
Yes.
a solo homer off of Eddie to tie the game. And he gets in the cart and he points to the wristwatch. And he's doing that, going down the line. I'm trying not to. So the first thing that I did to see like, all right, are they really saying fuck you to this guy, or is it just playful banter? Because if you can remember, now they're teammates. But whenever like Eddie would face Miguel Cabrera, it would be a very like playful, like fuck you back and forth type deal. And then you have Eddie giving up the home run to Kike Hernandez, who then gets in the home run cart, goes down the line, and he's tapping the wristwatch. And I can tell you that during the playoffs against the Astros, when Eddie did the wristwatch thing, and then it was on television, Alex Cora was reaming him out saying, no, like not yet, don't do that. I can tell you that the, I guess, reaming out for doing that did not just end there. It continued privately. So that's why when he left so quickly, I was like, damn, like I understand being mad at him in the moment, being like, what the fuck? And then obviously it doesn't help that they go on to lose that series. And that felt like a pivotal moment for the Astros. But I was like, I hope that that's not what people point to and say, like, that's the reason why they lost a series. Is no, they lost a fucking series because Laz Diaz blew a fucking strike 3 call with Nathan Eovaldi. If they don't blow that call, then that series is, I don't know which way it goes, but it goes differently. So yeah, I saw Kike do that. And then the first thing I did was go to Kike's Instagram to check to see if he's still following Eduardo Rodriguez, because as millennials, we all know that if I'm not following you or if I'm blocking you, then that means that you're dead to me in real life. And he's still following Eddie. So that's why I landed on it must be playful banter, or at least that's what I'm hoping, because I like Kike and I like Eddie, and I really hope that it wasn't a situation where they just were like, good riddance, get the fuck out of here, you're not one of us anymore. Like, that would make me sad if that were the case.
Also worth pointing out that the Nesson broadcast like made it a point to say that like he was well liked in the clubhouse, which I've heard conflicting reports on this podcast about that, but like they were like he was a well liked guy in Boston, and like his teammates still like him.
Yeah, you saw Alex Verdugo and Christian Vasquez when Verdugo walked early in the game. He kind of was like laughing and they were joking back and forth. Vasquez gave him like a little hand signal when he got to the plate. I think it's really just one of those things with like Eddie overall. Like Alex Cora said it too. The fan perception is he was supposed to be, a top of the rotation ace arm. You got pretty close to that in 2019. I think in a lot of fans' eyes, he just never lived up to that ace status. But like, how many of those guys turned into that? For him to be a serviceable mid-rotation starter, and he had some bad injury luck at times, that's still a huge development win, even though he came into the system a little bit late. You take that again and again if your system could develop something like that, especially when you're a Red Sox system that has sucked at developing pitching for well over a decade now. It's finally getting better now, but come on. And he, obviously he came here from the Orioles and he had a little time in the minors before he came up, but that's your closest like win to pitching development you've had in a long time.
Yeah, they screwed me. That would be great.
We know, Pat.
Poor Pat. I never had any ace expectations of Eddie. I think, the ceiling for me was a number 2 or a number 3. And he was that. He was. I think he fulfilled the prophecy as about as good as he could have. So I don't know. It felt weird seeing him pitch against the Red Sox. I talked to him this morning and he seemed like he was in a super good mood. Like there was nothing that, if there's animosity, it doesn't feel like there's any on his side at all. So that's why I think, or at least I was hoping that the whole wristwatch thing, Kiké home run celebration, was more just like a playful fuck you than like an actual fuck you. So I don't know. Maybe at one point we can get one or both sides to speak on it just for confirmation, and then I guess the fans can make their determination to see, are they playing nice for the cameras? You can get a good read on it that way, but. Regardless, he got his ass handed to him by the Red Sox in the series finale. We can get to that in just a second because I got to tell you, because we've already been talking about these parlays that I've been doing for DraftKings, and I got to tell you, it's time to step up to the plate with DraftKings Sportsbook. It's an official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. New customers can get just $5 on any team and get $200 in free bets if they do. If the sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, you can take a swing at Stacks of Green playing DraftKings Daily Fantasy Baseball Contest. New customers can play for free for thousands in prizes with their first deposit. Pick a lineup of 2 pitchers and 8 batters while staying under the salary cap and rack up the points for hits, runs, strikeouts, and more. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use the promo code JARED, Jared. Bet just $5 and win $200 in free bets if your team wins their game. That is promo code JARED at the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. Got to be 21 plus. Restrictions apply. MLB trademarks used with permission. See the show notes for details. I don't know why I just thought of this, Pat. Were you ever in a baseball video game?
Oh, yeah.
Did you play as yourself?
Oh, yeah. I was a starting pitcher for the Red Sox. I threw fantastic games.
Like,
I had way too good a control, though.
What was like your highest rating? Do you know?
Like a 57.
Really?
Yeah.
What game? What was that? Like MLB The Show 2017?
It may have been, it had to be, right? Because I was only in the big leagues in 16. I was on the rosters in 17. So I might have been in 18 as well. But whatever the first one, which had to have been 17.
I don't know if any of you guys are big Diamond Dynasty guys, but I'd start there. Pat, you were part of the bottom tier players you would get right when you start before you open any packs. So I did get some use out of you out of the bullpen. Not always good use, but use nonetheless. Someone has some innings.
You know how to pitch my game. You just gotta throw splitter after splitter after splitter after splitter.
We got by.
Yeah, okay.
We got by. Yeah, don't use the slider. Just throw some split pieces.
No. Yeah, never use a slider.
Straight heat though.
Mm-hmm.
How weird is that? What was cooler? Was it seeing yourself in a video game, seeing your baseball card for the first time, or I guess like you might have been on SportsCenter, be like, holy shit, check this out, disaster. You were on SportsCenter probably for yes, what was cooler?
I was number 6 on the not top 10.
What was this for? Enlighten me.
When he was with the
box.
Twins,
Okay,
he
I got
he
it.
was
I got
the
it, Jared. I got it, Jared.
all
All right, thank you.
Yep. Okay.
Quiet down.
Sorry.
I had, and we're gonna make this quick because I know Jared would go into a much lengthier explanation.
Oh, just I want Pete to get the full picture.
Yeah.
I botched an intentional walk.
That doesn't do it enough justice. All right, so he was the last pitcher to intentionally walk someone before they changed the rule, right?
I wasn't the last pitcher to do the intentional.
You're the
walk.
last one to
pitcher screw it up.
fuck it up. Yeah, just like a total asshole. He was intentionally walking someone manually and just fired a ball to the backstop and a run scored, and it was a whole thing. And so he was the last idiot to airmail a baseball while intentionally walking somebody.
Okay.
So these control issues like really weren't overblown, huh?
Oh no.
How close is your face scan in MLB The Show? Did you have like just a generic ass face?
No, I think it actually did look like me a little bit.
Really?
They did those things where you have to go into we guess that was all these cameras all around.
Big contraption.
Like yeah. So I did that.
I didn't know if they just like gave you like generic face number 4 with the zero
they didn't
control.
give me generic face number 4
Okay,
because of my
fair
control.
enough.
Thank you.
Interesting. So you didn't answer my question. What was
Well,
cooler?
you interrupted me. You want to tell Pete the story of how bad my pitch
think
was.
Pete needed to know, and maybe there are people listening to the podcast that didn't know that you did that.
Yeah, I'm sorry for inquiring.
It's called context.
Okay.
It's important.
You want me to answer the question?
Is there something that I'm missing? Baseball card, video game, Sports Center, not top 10. What else? Yeah, I guess out of those things, what was the coolest?
It's certainly not baseball card. I never cared about that.
Why? That's so fucking cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't that important to me. Maybe because, and you've done this, I think. Maybe it's because when you finally get your card deal, they send you about 73,000 of them to sign. So it was like nauseating to do it. But no, baseball card I didn't really care about. It's close between the other two, though. I think the video game squeaks out because it's like not something that's making fun of me, even though my rating was 57. But not top 10 was, although not very embarrassing at the moment. I got a ton of like text messages and stuff like that about me being on the not top 10, so that was pretty cool. So, but I will give the video game the winner.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, being in a
That's
video
still a
game
cool
is cool as
story.
fuck.
Yeah. It's I'm in baseball history as the last one to screw it up, so I got something.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a conversation piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I start every conversation with girls. Here's a video of me.
You know who this guy is?
Yeah. Good for you, Pat.
Thanks.
Good for you. But anyways, back to this reaction that I was very surprised about in terms of Red Sox fans being like, good riddance. Can someone please, if you have an explanation for this, explain to me why when I tweeted that like, oh damn, like I wish they would have found a way to keep Eddie, that I was in the vast minority.
I mean, I will say, one thing I want to speak to as far as the projections of him or people wanting him to be an ace, he did get traded for Andrew Miller. That comes with expectations. Like, I got traded for Fernando Abad. The guy was out of the league like the year later. Like,
in fairness, it was like 2 months of Andrew Miller. He was going to be a free agent after that year.
Yeah, he was, but it was still Andrew freaking Miller.
Right.
He went on to be like one of the best relievers in baseball for the next like 3 years. There's expectations there when you get traded for a guy like that, and you're a young guy, you're a lefty pitcher. But as Jared kind of pointed to, I played with Eddie. You know, I never expected him to be that guy. If you saw his stuff, he was a solid lefty, solid lefty arm, but he never had that electric stuff. There was nothing there that you're like, oh my God, there's no way like people are gonna be able to hit this. Like, he never had that electric pitch. He just had a slightly above average everything. So I certainly wasn't expecting him to be an ace, but that could be partially the reason why people hate him.
And it was because people clung to, when Eduardo Rodriguez got dealt to the Red Sox, his stock was down. That was part of the reason he got dealt for Andrew Miller. The hope was the Red Sox would get him back on that track. People were clinging to what, when he first broke through as a prospect and everyone first heard that name, they always kind of clung to it. But for Eduardo Rodriguez and everything he did, finished pretty high. He got Cy Young votes in 2019. Pitching as a number 2 or a number 3, that's a huge win again and again. I think the only thing, if people are going to be mad, is the slight dig he took at Bogaerts after he left. I think if you're going to complain about anything, that should be the one you hold on to. It's obvious Bogaerts didn't take it personally. They were talking during this series. But if you're going to cling to something, I guess it would be that.
That's fair. I guess I forgot about that.
But even still, if they're cool, what's your problem?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it feels like an MJ Larry Bird, fuck you, bitch type situation.
Yeah. The other thing is, though, talking, who knows what they said. There's been plenty of conversations where I've talked to people and then walked away and be like, that guy fucking sucks. So it's hard to read into those conversations if whether or not Bogey did take it seriously or not, or personally. I think everyone else took it personally for Bogey, but Bogey's so loved in Boston. So I could certainly see people being upset about that. I did forget about that part.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I wouldn't be surprised if his teammate, Kike and everyone kind of getting in on it, if they were kind of, just pumping it up a little bit. We are who we are. We're all together here. So, especially after everything you went through last year, you go as far as you did and he's the first guy off the board. It is a little bit the whole mantra is unfinished business this year. Well, he was good. He was ready to move on. He didn't care about unfinished business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's certainly Ray Allen vibes.
That's a good comp.
Yeah. I'm getting some Ray Allen vibes here where it's like, hey, he did win a championship in Boston. But it felt like, we've talked about this before. Is this JD's last year? Is this Xander's last year? It felt like there was still another run left in the tank with this group. And not to say that the group is decimated now because Eddie's not here. That's not the case either. But for what he signed for, could they have made it work here? Yeah, I think so. But
I think when it came to James Paxton, the Red Sox kind of did make it clear, what Eduardo Rodriguez gave to us was important. We did value it because listen, what James Paxton, if they end up picking up this 2-year option, he's making 12 and a half. That's right around what Eduardo Rodriguez is going to be making. I think you can make the argument as long as James Paxton is healthy, he has a higher ceiling than what we saw from Eduardo Rodriguez on a regular basis. But I think that was the Red Sox kind of saying, we realize we need to get that production from somewhere, but we can get through a couple months of the season, at the time hoping Chris Sale was healthy with what we had.
I was disappointed that Bogey wasn't in the lineup today. I get it, but I did want to see that.
I think everyone did.
Yeah, it would have been a nice little juicy storyline.
Hitting a bomb off a guy said you weren't a top tier shortstop or wherever the phrase was. He needed. Quote?
When he got to Detroit, the first thing he asked for was a Gold Glove shortstop.
Gold Glove, that's what it was. And I also want to clarify Eddie's. I've made some fairly aggressive comments about Eddie and his view.
Here's the walk back. Here we go.
No, so I just want to be very specific on what I mean. I enjoyed my interactions with Eddie. It always was, and his signing in Detroit points to this. He was just kind of an I guy. He wasn't a team guy. It wasn't. It was Eddie first, then the team. And again, similar. He signed immediately. It wasn't ever about being with the Red Sox. It was about getting what was his. But he's very nice to speak to. That was the perception around, and I think that making that comment about Bogaerts and then leaving immediately in free agency, I think was the writing on the wall.
And Pat, to back you up, Alex Cora, when he talked about Eddie, he didn't, usually when a guy leaves, you kind of let go some of the struggles and the ups and downs. One of the first things he brought up was, he was a guy who needed a kick in the ass to become what he needed to be on a regular basis. Cora, how many times has he said it at this point? I like Erod. I liked what he brought, but that was the constant theme again and again and again. He had to be pushed. And in this market, we know what that means. It's not usually something where fans are going to look at you and love you afterwards.
Yeah.
Interesting. I just feel like there's so much that is or has been unsaid in regards to the Eddie saga. I feel like people are on both sides are just biting their tongues and amicably moving on with their lives. That is a fucking outrageous tan, Pat.
It's more of a burn right now. I didn't even know I was getting it this morning. We had a nice little golf round today. I didn't even know. I will say in Zoom it looks worse than it does over here. But that is quite the little burn I got there. The old Irish skin.
Yeah. That's tough.
Played great though. I played great. I don't know if you were wondering about that, but I had a good round.
How would you shoot?
Oh God, that's not going to make me sound good.
Well, you said you played great. I feel like that's not like if you get asked what you shoot, it's a fair question.
We heard the context though.
I have to have context now.
Mm-hmm.
So I shot a 95 today, but I had 3 7s on the back, which those are just some mental errors, which I don't as a sport I don't take seriously. I don't really care about them. A very very difficult course in Bayonne. So I was well pleased. I was very well. That's not a real phrase. I was pleased with my round. Yeah.
Very well pleased.
Very well pleased.
We have an update. No, go ahead. Keep talking about how good you are at golf.
So I had great shots today. I was specifically happy with my short game. I was really making sure that the old bump and run really hitting that well. Took a 9 iron out.
Any birdies? Any birdies for you?
3 birdie opportunities, missed them all though.
Ooh.
Yeah. Very, very unfortunate, but hardest hole in the course. I did just a tremendous 7 iron from 175 out.
Yeah.
Right on the green there, about 8 feet. Missed the birdie putt, but just a tremendous round. Really, really excited about what happened today.
I got to get into golf a little bit.
You should. It's a fun sport.
Nah.
Okay. Just brings up that he wants to get into golf and then just like, sports sucks.
Yeah.
So, all right, make up your mind, pal.
Very different from your pre-show comments.
Well, I mean, I was on the golf team in high school, as I mentioned every time someone brings up golf, and I was okay, and now I imagine I would be very bad, and I don't like doing things that I'm bad at.
It's hard to just pick up golf, but it's also one of those things that you're not going to get better at unless you keep playing.
Yeah, I don't have time for that shit.
You definitely do.
During in the off, that's the thing is like in the off season, I have plenty of time to golf, and then when the weather's nice is when baseball starts. I don't have fucking time for that during baseball season. When the fuck would I golf, Pete?
Like the morning?
You think I wake up?
That was the end of the sentence? Do we think you wake up?
I'd imagine you wake up at some point.
What day of the week do you think I would golf, Pete?
Any day you want.
Like when? What you tell me the day and I'll tell you what I got going on that day.
How about next Tuesday?
Busy.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
Next
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Your life, pal.
Let's see. Let's say the 13th. You're talking about the Red Sox are playing the Blue Jays. Yeah, maybe I could fit it in.
Oh, look at that. Just picked a random day out of a hat and turns out Jared has time.
All right. But hey, Jake, do things not randomly just pop up now these days?
Yeah, you always got to be ready.
Always got to be ready. You got a meeting for this. You got to call in for that. Very important person these days. I got shit to do. Even when I don't have shit to do, I'm probably going to have shit to do. But you know what? At some point, I would love to. You know what? Let's do the.
I'm sure Jake could send an email saying, "Sorry, Jared's out on the golf course. He'll be back in a couple hours."
Nope, that's not how you lead. That's not how you lead. You got to be ready for battle at all times. Leader of men. That's how you win championships.
Thank you for your sacrifices.
Thank you. I mean, if we had a name for this fucking show, we could call it the insert name.
Maybe no golf until we get a name for a fucking podcast.
Well, I was gonna say if we did it like a golf tourney, like if we call it like the invitational,
that could work.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But we unfortunately don't have a name for the show.
Yeah,
It's
it's pretty fucking annoying.
Super annoying. You know what? At some point, we should get a name.
I'm so fucking sick of Carrabis Pod mentioning me on Twitter every week.
I'm with you. I don't want that name. I don't want that name any more than you do. I'd love to have
I bet you want it more than I do.
Definitely
it's your
not.
fucking name.
I hate my name.
That's outrageous.
I'd rather be Morpheus. You
Listen,
should
I would not be a part of Morpheus Pod.
like when you turn like 16, isn't that like when you get like confirmed and all that? You should get to a certain age where you can opt in or out of your name.
You know that you can legally change your name. Like it's
That's a whole
literally on
thing,
the
though.
table for you.
Not
It is
now.
a whole thing.
Not now. It's too late. It's too late.
It is probably too late.
But I might do it.
Plus, that's just a slap in the face to your family.
They don't care.
Would you keep the last name and just change the first?
I think I would just go with one name, like
Yes.
like Prince, like Cher, Madonna,
Morpheus.
Morpheus. Like how many fucking Morpheuses do you know?
One,
Who?
the one that you're molding the name after, the guy from the movie.
So he's a fictional character.
So are you.
Yeah, but that's why we go with Morpheus because now we can take a fictional character and make it a real thing. The update that I was going to give before Pat started talking about, which I wanted to hear about, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I actually want to bring up something else before you get into the update.
Okay, sure.
Can we talk about, I want to make this all about me.
Okay.
Can we talk about how Wikipedia claims that they only allow factual information on? And I guess theoretically, a lot of this is pretty factual.
It's all true.
Okay, well, I don't own. Okay, McSwilbo's and Big Sam's Sushi.
This is all right. Let me read it, Pat. I'm gonna read it because I get what you're saying, but you're wrong.
Okay.
On Wikipedia, Pat Light's Wikipedia page says Patrick James Light, born March 29th, 1991. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, your middle name's James?
That is correct.
Okay. Is an American are you American?
Yes.
Okay. Former professional baseball pitcher. So far, so correct?
Correct.
He played in Major League Baseball. Yes.
Correct.
For the Boston Red Sox and Minnesota Twins. Yes.
Correct.
Did not make it to the big leagues with the Pirates.
Or Mariners.
That's impossible. That's
They
impossible.
didn't. I actually was pitching pretty good and down in AAA. They only cared about me throwing 100 miles an hour, though. And once I told them, like I can dive into this. This is all statistics. This is going to get boring. But then I'll just basically the batting average against my splitter was for like righties like 0.86 and lefties like 110. My fastball on righties was like 300 and like 280 for lefties. And I was like, I'm just going to only throw fucking splitters. And sure enough, I did. And I did great. And they're like, no, we want you to throw 100. I was like, no, fuck you. I'm not doing it. And then they're like, okay, we're sending you out.
Did they
It's a
release
true
you?
thing that happened.
Did they release you?
DFA'd me, and then Seattle picked me up. And the GM at the time called me, very nice man, but he called me. He goes, "I really hope you start trying to throw hard again." And I was like, "Okay, well,
Okay.
see you later."
That is
Interesting.
outrageous.
That's the
The other-
Pirates, baby.
That's the part. On top of that, I had very difficult fastball command. I wasn't very good with that. And getting ahead in counts with my splitter allowed me to feel comfortable throwing my fastball, which ended up getting it to a better point. And fucking, they still didn't give a shit about that either. I was like, all right, go fuck yourself. You guys suck anyway.
Yeah, you can see why they're the Pirates.
Yeah,
Poverty
they're
franchise.
Yeah, but Ben Sherrington's there, who I love. So I think hopefully he.
I love Ben too. Ben's a good guy.
Yeah.
So far, everything here is accurate. Yes.
So far,
After retiring from baseball, Light joined Company Redacted's Section 10 podcast. Is that correct?
that is correct.
Yes. He owns Green Rock. Yep.
Yeah, they probably should capitalize rock too, but okay.
Yeah, it looks a little not professional. He owns Green Rock and McSwilbo's in Hoboken, New Jersey. That's correct?
According to Section 10 podcast, yes, that is correct.
Okay. As well as Big Sam's Sushi.
Sure, yeah.
What do you mean, sure?
I mean, those places don't exist.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
You own them.
Fair enough. Yes.
He also struck out Mike Trout.
Can you, the next sentence, which I'm happy you did not comment on, I'm not 100% happy with that they allowed that in there. I'm known for my 23-year ERA. That's what I'm known for.
Jesus Christ.
That's tough.
He's known to have had a 23 ERA. What's going on?
That'd be
here?
sick if you just like introduce yourself to a girl at a bar and she was like, "Oh, you're the one with the 23 ERA. I know you."
You got a lot of lines to open up with, Pat.
Ton of lines.
Also, what led you to fact checking your own Wikipedia page on the podcast?
People sent it to me. I guess someone recently changed it. Yeah, because actually on a stream for redacted company's name, a friend of ours tried to update my Wikipedia with me there, giving him the information, and was all accurate information. And Wikipedia said, "No, we don't think this is real." So I don't know how they got this through, but yeah, a bunch of people sent it to me. I was like, I wonder what's going on. So I look at it. Here we are.
So you denying owning Big Sam Sushi or no?
No, I own Big Sam Sushi, but it's not its DBA, as they would say in the biz.
I'm sorry?
People have come to Hoboken looking up McSwilbo's, and they're like, we can't find it on the map. I was like, because this doesn't exist, guys. It's not the real name of the bar.
Well, why have you not changed it? Don't you think it would make business sense at this point to change it to McSwilbo's and Big Sam Sushi?
So our audience is very New England based. So no, it wouldn't make.
That's not true.
Yeah, it's very New England based.
No.
Yes.
We're global, baby.
I think we have a very large audience, but we're also the biggest population is New England.
I think the biggest population is probably, I think it's in Hoboken, New Jersey. I think it is.
Yeah, well.
We just got to have 2 live shows and figure it out. Which one has the bigger audience?
Yeah.
There you go. We'll come to McSwilbo's and we'll do one up in, what's that
Calhoun.
place? Calhoun, yeah.
There's no H. Just
Calhoun. Calhoun, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Is there, I know that you said it's not a live show conducive environment at Big Sam's, but I don't care. I don't care. I want to do one there. Like, just clear out some fucking tables and build get some like what the fuck you call it, like a makeshift stage, and let's do it. Let's do this thing.
That would be like something you would do for like Impractical Jokers. I think it'd be great content with people trying to enjoy like a nice sushi dinner. And we're over there talking about the Red Sox.
Listen, Pat, we're doing a fucking live show at Big Sam's this year.
Okay.
And you know what I want, Jake? Write this down. We'll get in touch with DraftKings. I want like you ever see those stages where it's like you're in the middle, you're in the middle of the arena, but it just kind of like rotates like a microwave. I want one of those.
We're all just getting fucking motion sickness while podcasting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've always wanted to feel like I was in the microwave while doing a podcast.
Yeah. That's what we're doing. We're doing a live show at Big Sam Sushi in Hoboken, New Jersey on an oversized microwave plate.
I'd also like it if the rotating plate had just a ring of fire around it. That'd be badass.
Oh, yeah. Why not us? Why not us? What's the capacity at Big Sam's?
I don't remember off the top of my head. It's big, but it's 2 separate rooms, and they're both not that big. Like the stage, the rotating stage with the Ring of Fire is going to take up the majority of both rooms.
So it's going to be an intimate viewing experience.
That's right. An intimate night with whatever the fuck this podcast is called.
Yeah.
Also, another update is that
I haven't even given the fucking first update.
All right,
by the way.
All right, you go first then.
No. I want the second update first.
Okay. There was an invitation extended for me to throw out a first pitch.
Yes, there was.
Wow.
Yes, there was.
So, I want to drive up the bidding war. I want to have two teams fight each other over it.
I think you should just do a tour of first pitches. I don't even think it should just be like, all right, we're only picking one. It's just like whoever wants Pete to throw out a first pitch this summer, he's coming. Like we're doing it.
Over under 29.5 first pitches this year.
We have a new Twitter account.
Yeah. Did Pete throw out a first pitch? Yeah. Like if there's like a fucking Little League that wants Pete to come and throw out a first pitch, he'll be there.
Hell yeah. I'm going at least 4 innings in a Little League game.
Yeah, we're gonna work your way up to the big leagues. Like eventually, I don't see why the Red Sox wouldn't let you do it before a World Series game.
Could you still hear me? I think my computer might have just crashed.
I can still hear you.
All right, let's see if I lose
You're with us.
Connection completely, but this is concerning.
You're a PC guy?
Yeah, I think it just fucking crashed or something. Very cool. That's wild that I can still hear you, but go on.
Anyways,
is this a sign?
That's the second update. The first update is we're about 2 weeks out from being able to complete the new studio that I've built in my apartment. And I think once a week, because obviously, Pat is in Hoboken, New Jersey. I don't know if you're watching this on the DraftKings YouTube channel, this is a green screen. So I have a TV here. So we'll be sitting with the three of us. It'll be me, Pete, Tyler sitting at this table. And then I have a set over there that I'm going to be using for other projects that I haven't announced yet. So I built a set on the other side of the room. That's where we'll have Jake. And then we can put Pat on this TV. So I think it'll probably be the episodes that we record on Sunday night to drop on Monday morning. Those will be the in-person episodes. And then during the week, we'll record them remotely like we are now. Jake actually came to was that yesterday?
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Jake came to my apartment yesterday, and I was actually baffled when he said, "Nice to meet you." I was like, "Wait, what?" That happened too when after they lifted the COVID restrictions and they allowed fans back, and I went to Fenway, and Plawecki was like, "Oh, good to finally meet you," and I was like, "What? You talk to people and see people over Zoom for over a year." And then when you actually see them in person, it does not feel like you met them in person for the first time. But anyways, Jake, what would you give a review in terms of the studio that we have going on over here?
I think right now, without it being fully set up, it's at a solid 7.5 out of 10.
7.5.
Once we get all the equipment and everything set up and get the live shows ready to go, it's going to be a straight 10.
It's going to be a 10. We love a 10 around here. Love that. It's going to be a good time. Where are you coming from again, Tyler?
Brockton. I've heard. Okay.
How fast can you get to Fenway from Brockton?
Like 30 minutes, probably.
Oh,
35. I commute to Dorchester every day, so I'm used to the struggle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm concerned. So when we start doing this show, I've heard some very negative reviews on my appearance, my face. And these are from people I know, the people I work with. I'm apparently too ugly for this podcast.
Steve was on this podcast.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
But you look at my hair and my beard, I've heard, especially compared to how your hair is, Jared, Pete. Not as many people have spoke about you, Pat, but
Pat's very handsome.
I'm sorry, you're a fine-looking gentleman.
Yeah,
Pat's catching some ricochet shots from Wikipedia and now from Tyler.
I didn't realize that Pete was still here. That's awesome.
Yeah, but I have three. I have three blank black screens on all of my monitors, so I don't no idea how I'm going to be able to like save this recording.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh my God.
He's gone.
He's gone.
That's all right.
All right, go back to Tyler. Keep telling me how I'm ugly.
Sorry, Pat. Let me pick back up. Do I need a makeover? Am I lacking? Do I not bring enough sex appeal to this podcast? Jared, be honest.
Here's immediately where my mind goes. It took me 30 years before I was not that ugly. I was pretty ugly for about 3 decades, and I don't think you need a complete makeover, but it's, you know, you're gonna change, you're gonna grow, you're gonna figure it out yourself. I think Pat was ugly probably through college. Why did you just make that face? You're fucking ugly. Yeah,
That was fantastic looking.
Own it.
No.
High school for me.
No. The pictures of you with the spinners, you were kind of fucking ugly.
Oh, I still had the buzz cut then.
Yeah, you looked ugly, but now very handsome, very attractive.
I've been questioning if I have to do something different. We've been going through some things. I've talked with Zoe. I might have to start getting a real barber. I might have to clean it up.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently this isn't working. I just don't know where to start.
Yeah.
So if you guys have feedback,
can I actually, I can make a recommendation that might be a game changer for you. No free ads, but what about some blue light glasses? Because I feel like, do you have contacts?
yes, I actually used to wear glasses all the time.
Yeah. If we can get you some blue light glasses, I feel like that would tie your look together better, and we can do something about the hair.
Okay. So the hair is the problem.
It doesn't help.
Okay.
Yeah, but like we can definitely do something about that. I mean, Pat is a hair guy. Look at fucking Jake's hair. Jake looks like goddamn Hugh Jackman.
That's one of the things that is kind of sticking out to me. Now, I have swag. I got good shoe game. I'm not an embarrassment in that portion. It's more just the stuff that's physical.
Right.
That's my problem.
Right. Okay. We'll work on it. We'll figure something out. Maybe we'll get like an official barber of whatever this podcast is called. And yeah, we'll figure it out for you. I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we'll make you suffer until your 30s though. Like I feel like that's kind of what everyone else over here has been doing.
Let me enjoy life while I'm young, please.
Yeah, that's true.
How old are you, Tyler?
20. I'll be 24 in like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, you got time.
You get time.
I hope so.
I hope so. Yeah, I mean, Pat didn't lose his virginity until he was 26.
Wow.
Wow, that is wildly inaccurate.
Nah,
I saw it on Wikipedia.
that's true. I remember hearing about it.
You were there for it.
I was there for it.
Yep.
Nice.
I was there for it.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. I actually, yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to tell those stories yet, but someday.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Someday we'll get there. Pete's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. And he had to
R.I.P.
leave in a little bit anyway.
All right, Pete. That's an old Section 10 reference. All right, Pete. Damn. 3 episodes in. See you later. Opening day is on Friday. I know, Pat, you're not going to be there. It would have been nice to confirm with Pete if he's going to be there. Tyler, I'm assuming you're working. Yeah.
Correct.
So you can't go.
Nope.
Do you want to go?
I would love to. I was talking with Jay Stu about me and Jay Stu are gonna be linking up for a game soon. But yeah, work these 1 p.m. start times. It's making life hard for me. I'm not gonna lie.
It is. I haven't been to the new studio, but service at the old studio was hard to come by.
Just as bad, if not worse.
If not worse, the new one.
Yes.
Yeah, which seems problematic for a media company.
Extremely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But as they say, it'll be better in the new building, as they said when they moved to this building.
Opening day, I mean, oddly enough, I don't think I went to an opening day until I was in my 20s. I didn't go. I think 2010 might have been my first opening day, somewhere around there. And yeah, it's one of those days where, the Red Sox usually open on the road. Did Pete come back?
Oh my God.
Peter?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, we're good. Saved everything. All good.
Are
Disaster
you recording
averted.
for a second time now?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I thought for a second that you guys just like, once I said that all my screens were black, I thought that you just like went quiet to fuck with me. So I was like, hello? I know you guys are fucking with me. And I just sat here for like 5 minutes. I was like, okay, I don't think they're fucking with me.
Yeah, no, we won't go to those lengths. Are you officially going to opening day, Peter?
I am. Yeah.
Who are you going with?
You already know this.
Is this with your friends and their
This is
dad?
with my friends and their dads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Very excited.
Oh, that's going to be great. Have you thought about where you're going to be taking your picture for your first ever, like, I'm at the game photo opportunity?
I don't know yet. I'll probably play it by ear, but like I'm assuming that I'll just like always just take it from my seats.
No, that's boring.
I mean, I can switch it out. I have 30 opportunities to switch it up.
I mean, you're already banking on going to 30 games, which is a little cocky with when you're at 0.
They literally haven't played a home game yet.
No, I'm just saying. You
So
could
on
have gone to
Friday,
Detroit.
on Friday, I will
York's
be.
not that far away.
You're right. You're right.
How bad do you want it?
I want it, but I'll take the summer games because, like, number one, I'm off during the summer, and it's nice, and that's a good time to make some trips.
That's fair. I'm just saying. I just want you to get creative with it. Is all. I want you to get creative.
I will. I'm very glad that I didn't travel to Detroit to watch that series.
It didn't look like anybody did.
No.
Yeah, not exactly the best atmosphere, if we're going to be honest. Oh, my God. My dog.
You got a
Give me a
dog?
second.
Pete is just... He's throwing the kitchen sink at us today. We got dogs. We got computers crashing.
Yeah, you also missed my nephew barging in the room like right after my computer crashed. So that wasn't documented, but he just barged in the room and hopped on my lap and was like, okay, let's play video games.
It's poor timing.
It's actually perfect timing.
I actually... The Wikipedia that I was reading, Pat, was not the same one that you were reading. There was more to it. Yeah. So this one says he owns Green Rock and McSwilbo's in Hoboken, New Jersey, as well as Big Sam Sushi. Light is also known to have a 23 ERA with the Red Sox, and you can't teach that. Light has faced much criticism on the podcast for his actions, including his ranking of the vacuum cleaner over the television. That's great. I mean, yeah, you deserve all the criticism that you get for that list. Like, that was the worst list of all time.
I don't want to say it was the worst list of all time. However, I do accept the criticism from that list. That was not. It wasn't good timing to put the vacuum cleaner at number 9. If I was going to throw that in there, I got to mix in at like 6, so you forget about the TV.
Right. Which seems like the perfect time to welcome back or introduce Pat's Picks.
Oh,
Pat's Picks. Pat obviously came prepared with the top 5 Gothic style churches
In Western Europe, right?
in Western Europe.
Such a specific place. But of course, I know all of the Gothic churches in Western Europe.
Yeah. And this is the top 5 for the first ever Pat's Picks. So coming in at number 5, Pat, what do you got?
So, there are no Google searches for this. Okay. There's no list out there of Western Europe Gothic churches. And they do give you a list of cathedrals,
Yeah.
but they don't tell me where they are.
I mean, a good thing, it's a good thing that you've had, I don't know, 3 months to prepare for this list. So obviously you have it ready to go.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you guys. Of course I know this stuff. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Coming in at number 5.
Coming in at number 5, of course, as everyone knows, is Abbey of St. Denis.
Classic.
Cathedral. Yes, the classic one.
It's wild that you're putting that at 5. I can't believe where you're going to go from here.
Yeah. I mean, there must be some crazy ass churches that we're about to hear about because, number 5 seems like it could be a number 2 even.
Yeah. Well, the Abbey is a staple in Western Europe Gothic churches.
What country? What country again?
It's in the western part of Europe, one of those countries. Yeah. It's I think if I remember correctly, Abbey is in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's Germany. But Eastern Germany, not Western, of course.
Right.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah, Western Germany is not known for its Gothic churches, but Eastern is very much so. Very much.
Yeah,
so.
very prominent.
You'll see Eastern Germany pop up again on this list.
Of course. Yeah. Coming in at number 4.
Coming in at number 4, which I know another one that everyone's going to be talking about on the forums. The Lincoln Cathedral, which
where is
according
that?
to the picture I'm looking at right now, is magnificent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
where is it at?
Is Lincoln. Oh, it's in England, of course. And it was apparently blessed. Maybe that's not right. Construction began in Lincoln in 1072. So 1072. So
very old.
Which is a big year. Everyone knew what happened in those years, that particular year. So
right.
So that's why it's here at number 4.
And why is it over number 5?
Why is it over number 5? Well, again, it's the architecture here on the Lincoln. It was so unique to its time that it really captivated the time. God,
I feel like I'm there.
Plus,
really, go ahead.
It's Matthew McConaughey's favorite church.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, which everyone knew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey's. That's
I saw
a much
that
simpler
interview.
explanation, Pete. Thank you.
Thank
He
you.
brings it up all the time. Number 3.
Number 3, the Milan Cathedral.
Okay, this is in Milan.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. And another
What's so special about it?
It has a very white look to it. It's a little bit more of a different color than most cathedrals you would see. So
Your grandmother probably loves that.
okay.
Is that like a white supremacy joke?
Yeah, it is. It
Very cool.
is.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that is.
It's very inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Salisbury Cathedral at number 2.
Whoa, wait. What the fucking,
We're just blazing by the Milan church here. That's
We talked
very
about the
disrespectful.
Speaks for
whiteness of
itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the whiteness of it. Then Jared decided to throw a white supremacy joke out there and decided to move on.
Well, I mean, your grandmother's racist.
She's not racist.
All right.
These-
Coming in at
okay.
number 2.
2. Yes, number 2 is, of course, is Salisbury Cathedral.
Yeah, which is where?
Also in England.
In England.
Yes, the cathedral is the seat of the Bishop of Salisbury, which we all know, Bishop Salisbury. So
They serve
Bishop
steak there?
of Salisbury. Yes, they serve that
cool.
as well.
Nice.
Yeah, they do.
Were there any historical events that happened there?
Excuse me?
Any historical events happened there?
Oh, yes, of course there were historical events. One in particular, because it's celebrating 750 years.
Mm-hmm.
More than that now. That was in 2008. But
Right.
but yes, there was. That scene where they show some crazy things happening in Game of Thrones.
Nope.
The scene you're thinking of
Never saw it.
happened there. So
Okay.
yes,
Got
yeah.
it.
The red dinner, is that what it's called? The red wedding.
Red
Wedding.
Red wedding. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So that
Salisbury
happened at that
Cathedral.
church.
That's a big one.
Mm-hmm. Very big. Very big.
They were eating Salisbury steak there as well.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
And then here it is. The number 1 that you've been waiting 3 months to hear. The number 1 Gothic style church in Western Europe, according to Pat Light via Pat's Picks, is
The Notre Dame de Paris.
Ah, there you go. Of course, that's a no-brainer.
No brainer. Everyone knew that was coming in number one. We don't even need to go over that. So let's just move on.
Yep. So what about it? What about just talk about your favorite aspects about it?
Well, the 13th century glass still on each rose window is really one of my favorite pieces. It was actually what Van Gogh eventually started doing his artwork off of. He really studied this, and that's what kind of got Van Gogh going. So Van Gogh going. So
nice. Van Gogh going. So, and people know that's pretty common knowledge of the Paris one. So that's where it's at. So
love that.
There it is.
Wow. Thank you, Pat. Thank you for
Anytime,
that.
guys.
You did awesome. Next week on Pat's Picks, the top 5 Samuel L. Jackson films. That'll be next week. Yes. Pat's Picks. Very excited for that.
Yeah, so am I.
Back to a little opening day talk here. I'm excited to be there. What's the deal with the House of Blues? Are we fucking going there? Is that like a thing, Jake?
Yeah, so House of Blues reached out to potentially work with us on some live shows or watch parties this year. So yeah, I think we're going to meet them an hour before the game if anyone is around to come to sort of check out the space and see what we can work with.
Cool. That'll be fun. I mean, my friends want to go to the Marathon Monday game. And I guess, I don't know. I feel like it's easier living in the city now to just be able to walk places. I going into the city for Marathon Monday to drive in is an absolute nightmare. If you could only go to one game, Pete, Marathon Monday or the home opener, which one are you picking?
Home opener. Home opener, just because I like eating breakfast and shit with the Marathon Monday game. It's more of a just wake up and immediate Red Sox. I feel like it would be too much of a hassle to get up, get in the city, and be at the game, and then you have to deal with the post crowd with the marathon and stuff. That just seems like a logistical nightmare.
It's terrible. I think I've only done Marathon Monday once. First, I hate waking up, as I mentioned previously. I don't wake up. So to be able to wake up, going to Boston, get in your fucking seat by 11 a.m. I gotta wake up at 6:30 for that. And I can't do that. But maybe I'll saunter over this year. Just roll my ass out of bed
in your bathrobe.
Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I will do that. Just go to Marathon Monday in a bathrobe.
That would rock.
Why not? Why not me? Why not us? Would you do it with me, Pete?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have a bathrobe?
I do. I have a very nice bathrobe.
Probably looks like a face cloth.
It looks like a fucking plush blanket. It's the best.
That was mean for me to say. It just kind of came out.
I didn't even know what you meant by that. You just mean that I jack off in my bathrobe all the time?
No. I mean, because you're a small guy that your bathrobe looks like a face cloth, a small piece of material.
All right, I went to a different place with that. I'm sorry. No, I have a very nice bathrobe that is bigger than a face cloth. Thank you.
What color is it?
It's gray.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I kind of want to get a custom one. They make those.
I have one of those too. I have 2 different bathrobes. I have a monogrammed one.
Why don't you if you have a custom bathrobe, why don't you wear your custom bathrobe?
Because the other one's more comfortable.
Okay. Is it thicker?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like wearing a fucking blanket.
Yeah. I need one that I can feel the weight of it on me versus this just feels like someone put shower towels all over me. Can't have that.
Yeah, maybe I'll sleep over on Sunday night and then we just walk over to the ballpark in our bathrobes on Monday morning.
That'd be down.
What a time that would be.
Yeah. You're more than welcome to do that. You can sleep over whenever you'd like, Pete.
Hell yeah.
That'd be quite the night, quite the evening into the morning. I actually have I want to say I used to have Red Sox slippers. I don't know where they are now, but now I have Batman slippers. So maybe I'll just get a nice black bathrobe and double it up with some Batman slippers.
I have Uggs. Literally wearing them right now.
Are they expensive? Oh my God.
Yeah,
They're probably like super comfy. It's 70 degrees out though.
Not in here.
What do you mean not in there?
Who cares? They're comfy as hell.
I understand that they're comfy, but I feel like if you're wearing Uggs, it's because you need your feet to feel like they're being snugged by like little fuzz bunnies.
That's exactly what it feels like.
Yeah, but it's 70 degrees out.
It's fine. Who cares?
Tyler's gone.
Tyler had no interest in this communication.
Yeah, not an Ugg guy. Confirmed. Pat, you ever wear a pair of Uggs?
No.
I can see you wearing Uggs.
No.
No?
Okay. No.
You're not a sneaker guy either.
No, I can't. I mean, I work out all the time, so I have to wear sneakers.
That's not.
Are you talking about like Jordans or something? Like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
No, not a Jordan guy. No.
What was your thing? What was your what was your thing when you were a player, and what is your thing now?
I like to dress really nice. So I am often in a suit.
When the fuck are you in a suit? I have
not
never
during times you would ever see me.
Yeah. When
not
I've
during
never
your
seen
times.
you in a suit.
Yeah, like different times, not those times. But if I'm going out casually, I'll wear jeans, t-shirt, and then I'll probably wear like checker boots.
So like your thing is like fashion.
Yeah, I want to look good.
You want to look good.
Mm-hmm.
You want to look like you play the part of the big leaguer.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You look good, you play good.
Feel good, look good, or look good, feel good, play good.
Right. Have you been to an opening day as a fan?
No.
You don't care?
I would if I lived where you lived, I'd go. I really enjoy though, like the way you go watch a Red Sox game, I can get on board with.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I do come when you're there. Typically, I would just wait at the bar for you. But I really do enjoy sitting on the couch with like I love 1:00 starts. Sitting on the couch with a cup of coffee or an iced coffee, and just chilling and watching the Sox while you do some work. I really enjoy that.
Yeah. I like that too. I like to mix it up.
Yeah.
As of right now, I literally have the ability to go to every single Red Sox home game. I'm not going to do that. I don't care to do that. I like watching it on TV too. I like being there. Like Friday night, like that's why I like to go to the Friday night games. I love the atmosphere. I love the 7:00 start. I love the Fridays. It's like, all right, everyone's kind of in like a looser mood. No one has to be up for work in the morning. But yeah, during the week, it's like, all right, it's a Tuesday night. Sit on the couch. Maybe have an adult beverage. You know what I'm talking about, Pat?
Actually, coincidentally, I don't drink hardly ever at my house.
Me neither.
Like I will go out. Like I drink often, but mainly because I go to dinners with people that I'm trying to connect with, and then we have like drinks. Like it's a way to connect and not
Socially.
Yeah, exactly. So I do that a lot. That's why I end up drinking a lot. But I hardly ever have a drink at my apartment.
Do you want to make plans live on the air right now?
Sure.
When would you like to come to a game with me, Pat?
I don't think I can make it in April. But
in April, you're booked for the month.
I'm pretty. This is pretty hectic month for me, unfortunately.
Why don't we take a look at May?
Remember I told you that thing off air? Like I think it was last episode where things were kind of getting all haywire on me. Yeah, I can't leave until that's done.
Got it.
But May, I think will. I was hoping to make a series once a month. That was my goal for the year.
Yeah.
So
we get the White Sox.
Okay.
May 6th.
I want to come on a weekend because I want to go out and drink.
That's a Friday.
Fantastic.
May 6th against the White Sox. That'll be a good one. The Seattle Mariners come to town the weekend of the 20th. And then the Orioles the last weekend in May, the 27th. They'll be in town.
Is that Memorial Day weekend?
Yes, it is.
Then I won't come for that. But
why not? You're
White
gonna
Sox
be observing.
No, it's just people. So many people are traveling that weekend. I don't want to be in traffic or anything.
Got it.
Yeah. However, I do want to have a quick announcement.
Mm-hmm.
I just got a DM response to my Wikipedia page
Mm-hmm.
on Instagram, and the DM says, and I quote, "Vacuum cleaner greater than sign TV. I agree."
That person is an asshole, and you should block them. Who said that?
Nice young lady.
Oh, it's a young lady?
Yes, it is a young lady, and she's a pretty attractive girl. So
Okay, do you think that maybe she's agreeing with you because she's like, oh, Pat, maybe if I agree with your dumb fucking takes that you'll give me attention? You think that's what it is?
I don't think so. No, I don't. Because
I think that's what it is.
Okay.
I think that's what it is.
Okay. Well, I don't think that's what it is.
Put it this way. If you were ugly, I don't think that anyone would agree that the vacuum was more important than the TV.
Listen, that is a backhanded way of saying I'm very attractive. So, sure, I'm okay with that. But
I mean,
yeah,
I've already said. What? Yeah, let's make plans.
Let's make plans.
All right.
Let's
Let's
shoot. The White Sox are what weekend?
the 6th,
Oh, nice and early.
May 6th.
May 6th. See if I have anything on the calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, can't make that weekend.
Why not? What the fuck you have to
I'm
do?
going to the Kentucky Derby.
Why are you going to the Kentucky Derby?
Gotta meet some people.
Who are you meeting?
Not really sure yet. The Kentucky Derby is it's a place with a lot of money, and I am staying in like I'm going like where I'm watching, and then the parties that go before the Derby. They are tough to get into, so we're hopefully going to meet some good people that can help.
So you're just going to the Kentucky Derby for the parties?
I'm going to network. Yes.
Nothing wrong with
Networking.
that.
Yeah. I'm not like there's the Thursday we're doing like a club scene. I really don't even want to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure they're really gonna have to drag you to a club.
All right, I really do have to run.
All right,
All right, so I have to jump off.
all right, Peter. Hey, it's been real. We'll see you. We'll see you Friday.
Yes,
All right, we'll
absolutely.
see you Friday, Peter.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for coming,
Bye.
man. All right, see you, Pete. Bye, Pete.
Bye.
Tyler's been. This show is fucking. This is chaos. Hey, you know what? It is what it is. All right, let's just we'll do a little stop and chop look ahead, and we'll get the fuck out of here. How about that? Yeah. I think my mom made ribs tonight, so I'm probably I'll finish this show, whatever the fuck it's called. I'm sure Jake has shit he's got to do. I still haven't worked out yet today. Gotta keep that physique, right, Pat?
Hell yeah.
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 You still
do.
been going to the gym at all?
Yeah, I have. Actually, someone put up a picture today.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna show it to you on air here.
Show me the
before we
picture.
leave.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show
What
you
do
the
you got?
picture.
What do you got for this picture?
Because I'm quite pleased with the way I look in this.
Mm-hmm.
And
You looking
nothing to do-
beefy?
Oh, listen, the arm action's looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to repost it, but he's private, so that wasn't able to happen. But where's this guy?
What did you
Where-
screenshot it?
No, I'm friends with him,
Oh,
and so I can see it, but I just can't repost it because he's private, I guess.
right.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Did he all of a sudden? Wait a minute, I can't find him anymore. Did he block me?
Damn, that's a shame.
All right,
This
go
is-
do the stop and shop thing, and then
Yeah, Stop and Shop. Look ahead. Brought to you by Stop and Shop. Opening day at Fenway Park. It's a 2:10 start on Friday. You got Nick Pivetta versus Sonny Gray, who I'm sure you're probably sitting there saying, when the fuck did the Minnesota Twins get Sonny Gray? It's a great question. Don't know the answer. Tanner Houck versus Bailey Ober. Michael Wacha versus Dylan Bundy. You might be sitting there saying, when the fuck did the Minnesota Twins get Dylan Bundy? Then you got Rich Hill in the finale That is the Marathon Monday game at 11:10 a.m. if you're planning on getting there on time. Rich Hill versus Chris Archer. And you're probably sitting there wondering, when the fuck did the Minnesota Twins get Chris Archer? Don't know. But they got all three of those fucking guys. Just a real assortment of random ass pitchers the Minnesota Twins have. Red Sox hitters against Sonny Gray. 17 for 77, 5 doubles, 2 triples, couple homers. It's a 706 OPS. Julio Daniel, 4 for 10 with a double and a homer. Jackie Bradley against Sonny Gray is 5 for 20 with a double and 2 triples, an 848 OPS. Bailey Ober pitched against the Red Sox last year once. 5 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs, 7 punchies. That's not great. He throws slop, though. Averages 92 miles an hour on his fastball.
Chris Archer's right there with him.
Yeah. Then you got Dylan Bundy. Fucking sucked. Fucking sucked last year. 6+ ERA. The FIP was about 5.5. Then you got Verdugo, 2 for 3 with a homer. Bogey, 12 for 36 with 4 doubles, 3 homers. He's got an OPS over 1,100 against Dylan Bundy. Rafi Big Scoops, kid, 5 for 20, 2 homers, an 868 OPS. And then you got whack-ass Chris Archer. One of the biggest heists in baseball executive history, pulled off by Chaim Bloom, the king himself, who sits on the throne of the Bluminati, taking Chris Archer and turning that into Tyler Glasnow, Austin Meadows, who looked like a fucking disaster in left field for the Detroit Tigers in the series finale. That was like the back-to-back-to-back double inning for the Red Sox. Which we didn't even really talk about the end of that game. I just kind of wanted to point out that Hansel Robles is the closer of this team, and he is the face of the franchise. Outside of that, though, Travis Shaw, 6 for 17, couple doubles, couple homers, 1,300 OPS against Chris Archer. 3 for 7. We're talking Devers, 3 for 7, 2 doubles, and 1,143 OPS. And then Bogey, 11 for 35, 3 doubles. Some walks in there, 785 OPS. Yeah, the Minnesota Twins, they can swing it. They can swing it. I still like the matchups in the Red Sox favor. I feel like there's going to be a funky one in here. But overall, I mean, what do I like here? Is 3 out of 4 over aggressive?
If the bats stay hot and continue to do what they were doing in the series, I don't think it's aggressive or being aggressive at all. We're talking, look, Chris Archer, he was fine the last time he went out. He's pumping like 92, 93. Dylan Bundy was solid first time out, was terrible last year. Like, you got some actual slop coming to the mound here.
I fucking love slop.
Should be able to take advantage there.
Absolute slop jalop coming to the mound for the Minnesota Twins in this series. I'm just going to say it. I got a sweep. I got a 4-game sweep. I really do. I can smell it. I can taste it. I can see it. I can visualize it.
No fair, Carlos Correa?
No, not at all. I fear Byron Buxton. I do not fear Carlos Correa. I do not fear the Twins rotation. They got a good team. Better, a lot better than their record would indicate from a year ago. The Twins have a good team. That being said, they're not going to win a fucking game. Pat, what do you got in this series?
I'm going to go 3 for 4. I'm not going to be as aggressive as Jared. I liked going 2 for 3 last time. I think I leave a little bit room for error there. But I think we're going to see the bats come alive. I think they're going to stay hot. I think what we saw against Detroit was really just the start of that. But I think there'll be some runs put on the board from both sides. I think we're going to see a lot of high scoring in the series.
Sweep 3 out of 4. Patrick James.
I don't want to be a negative Nancy.
Oh boy!
Wow.
I think we split.
You're
And
an asshole.
Reason being, listen, we're going to be real picks here now. I'm not going to just always say sweep like I did the first 2 series. Real picks here. I just don't see, the team hasn't put it together yet. We're getting there. We're seeing signs of life from the bats. We're also seeing some issues with pitching. It just doesn't feel like the team's put it together yet. And the Twins are a good team. We're not facing the Pirates. We couldn't sweep the Tigers. And I think the Twins are considerably better than they are. So I think we split. I do. I think we split. There's certainly the opportunity to sweep here if for some reason we put it together for a series here, but I haven't seen him do it yet. So I'm saying split.
I do want to say, Pat, when you're saying, making real picks here, please put some respect on me and Jared's name. We have been making real picks. Leave that to you.
Right.
Please.
I fucking nailed the last series.
No, I was
right there with you.
Yeah.
I want to make it abundantly clear that I was more speaking about my picks in the
As you
previous
should.
2 series where, we try to be out. We try to be happy about the sweeps early on. We're trying to be positive, Pauls. But I'm gonna start. We got a long season ahead of us here, and I want to make sure we have realistic expectations. Again, like I said, so we're switching up here a little bit. We're gonna go. I'm gonna split it.
Asshole.
Okay.
Jake.
I'm going to go ahead and make a very real legitimate pick and say sweep.
Thank you, Jake. It's a good pick.
You're a douche.
That's a good pick. It's a good pick. Why is he a douche, but I'm not? I said sweep too.
Because of the prior comment in what he was saying. I'm going to make a real legitimate pick. He is clearly talking shit about me.
It's a good pick.
I didn't say it wasn't a good pick.
You implied it's not a legitimate pick.
No, I implied my previous picks that I'm not just going to say sweep all year. That's not what I implied in any way. And if you listen, Jared,
They could have
you would know
swept that series. So
They certainly could have, but they didn't
so you
because they haven't
saying
put it together
you,
yet, Jared.
You saying sweep against the Tigers was not that's not a fake pick. That could have happened.
So, well, listen, you could sweep every series. There is always the chance of a sweep. But what we've seen the first 2 series is the team has not put it together yet.
There were
Lack of
one.
conviction, Pat.
Yeah, they were one Javy Báez swinging the bat away from potentially sweeping the Tigers in Detroit.
Yeah, they certainly were. But if you talk to the Tigers, I mean, it was a 9-7 ball game today. I think it was, right?
Yeah, they weren't trying.
They're not far off from winning those games too. So
No.
I'm okay. Listen, this is where we're at. So
Okay.
split.
All right. 2 sweeps. Pete didn't give us goddamn picks. 2 sweeps and a 3 out of 4.
Correct.
And then whatever the fuck Pete goes with. All right. We'll be back Monday morning after we're going to have to wait until because it's a 4-game series.
Yeah.
That's going to piss me off when that happens. Because I'm going to get into a groove of recording on Sunday nights in person. And the next thing you know, if there's like a 4-game series that goes into Monday, that's going to piss me off. But good thing we weren't even starting yet. We still got a couple weeks. Before we can start doing the Sundays at the the Launchpad Fenway Studios. But once we start doing those, I'm going to be excited for that. We're going to have Pat's beautiful face up here on the TV.
Maybe you should do it the first series that I come up in May. Or is that too far out?
No, we can do that.
I'm saying I'll be
We
there
could
for the first
get all of us here at the same time.
one. Mm-hmm.
That'd actually be very fun. Yeah, I'd be excited for that.
Maybe we should do it.
Listen, you don't have to convince me. Anytime you want to come over, Pat, you just tell me, say the word. I'll give you a fucking key. You don't even have to announce that you're coming over.
I might not even announce it.
Fine by me.
I know.
All right. Everyone enjoy opening day. If you guys are there, I don't know. Like if we're still working on like what we're going to do in terms of a system for like meet and greets, but I'm sure we'll probably be doing a lot of those. Opening day is a little hectic. So yeah, we're still getting our feet wet. We don't even have a fucking name for the show. So that's the order of business. Get a name for the show, figure out where the post-game spot is, and then get the studio set up so that we can do shows in person. And then we'll figure out a plan for live shows and all that other shit. We have big plans. And merch. That's the thing. People are like, oh, are you guys going to put out merch? It's like, yes, but we don't know what the show's called. So when we know what the show is called, then we can put merch out. But until then, we can't. I'm not going to put out whatever the fuck. What is it? Jared Carrabis pod or whatever the fuck it is. Can't put merch out for that because that's not really what the show's called. But anyways, again, enjoy opening day. We'll see you back here on Monday night or whatever the fuck the next episode is.
Buenas noches, amigos.